And if not, well, okay, yeah, that sucks. Hey y'all, and welcome to today's video. So today's video is a fun one because today is my birthday, and I was already going to be getting ready to go out to dinner tonight, so I was like, you know what, why not film it? So if you like this video while you're watching it, please give it a thumbs up, share it, subscribe if you haven't, do all the things, and let's get into today's video. So as I said in the intro, yes, today is my birthday. I turn 36 today. We have reservations for Jeff Ruby's Steakhouse. If you all are familiar with that, we live in the Midwest, so I don't know exactly how they are like around the rest of the United States, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's one of the nicer restaurants that we have around here that we haven't been to yet, so I am going to be getting ready for that. I'm not going to do anything too crazy. I have a new eyeshadow palette that I want to use, but yeah, I'm going to show you the makeup look. We're going to look at the dress that I bought. It came from Amazon, the shoes, all the good things that I'm going to be wearing tonight. So yeah, let's just get into it. So the first thing that I'm going to do is prep my skin. Y'all already know I'm going in with the Naturium Peptide Moisturizer. This stuff is just so great. I know I say it in every single video. I do feel like right now I have some dry flakes happening like right around the nose area. So I think I'm actually going to put a little bit of moisturizer in this area. And I'm going to use just a little bit of the Good Molecules. This is their niacinamide serum. I love this stuff. It is such a great hydrator, and this little bottle is only $6, and it is, I want to say I've had this for at least 7 to 8 months. All right, rub that in a little bit. This is the one of the Anissa skincare brushes. This is what I use for all of my skincare. This one is the one that's more shaped like a triangle. And then I also have this one that is their round version. I actually use this for my sunscreen for my face. These are amazing skincare brushes. For just a little bit more hydration, I'm going to go in with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh. This is their Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. So the reason that I'm going in with all these extra products is because I'm going in with the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, and this is more of a matte foundation. So I want to make sure that my skin is nice and hydrated, because a matte foundation on dry skin can look so bad, especially like on these areas that I have a little bit of the dry patch. And the reason that I want to wear this is because I know I'm going to be eating, and this is probably one of the most long-lasting foundations that I own, and shouldn't be too off in color for me right now. So for the last part of the skin prep, I'm going to go in with the NYX Plump Right Back. This is their Plumping Serum and Primer. I think I've only used this twice and don't really remember how I feel about it. There's the consistency. It does have a slight perfumey scent to it, which I don't love. And I'm really focusing a lot of this in that area where I'm mostly dry right now. And then we're just going to take the rest and spread it to the outer portions of the face. And as much as I love getting ready with this sweater on because it's so cozy, I always end up getting too hot and having to take it off. I bought this from Amazon, and it was a recommendation by Taylor Wynn. It was always the sweater that she was using to get ready in her videos, and I fell in love with it. I'm glad I didn't buy it at first because it ended up popping up for sale on this last Prime days that we had, so I got it for like $12 to $13 cheaper than normal. So yeah, I will link this down below for you guys. I am wearing a extra small, I think. If that's not correct, I'll add the right size down below. I'm not doing a super bold look, but I am doing a look with a little color. I was kind of feeling like a purple look on the eye today. The dress that I'm wearing is just all black, so I really wanted to add a pop of color to it. And I just got the new Beauty and the Beast palette from Sigma. I never even saw this release. I don't know where I was. But ended up seeing this when we went into boxed lunch, and I was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna get that palette because I love Beauty and the Beast. There is what that palette looks like. There is the inside palette. It does also come with a double-sided brush, and it had this really pretty plastic protector on it. They really did a great job with the packaging on this. To get started, I am going to prep the lids with my Rare Beauty eyeshadow primer. This is the BK506. I'm gonna apologize ahead of time because today Sindel is not wanting to relax, so y'all are gonna hear the little pitter patter of her feet. Okay, so I think as far as the eye look, I'm wanting to concentrate on these colors over here, but I don't want it to be too bold. I also really want to use this shade right here. That is called Winter's Night. It almost reminds me of the Thingamabob shade that is in the ColourPop Beauty and the Beast palette. There's not really a transition shade in this palette, so I'm just going to start off with this color right here. It's called Pots. I am going to use that fluffier side of that brush that came with the palette. I don't think that I've ever used a Sigma eyeshadow in the amount of time that I've been using makeup. This is definitely powdery, but I am going to focus the shade just in the crease. This is a really nice berry tone. Now I'm bringing this shade up just enough to be able to see it when my eyes are in a resting position. The brush is actually blending this out pretty well. I'm definitely going to do a pop of silver because I am wearing some heels that have a lot of rhinestones on it. With that shade being on the majority of the lid and the crease, we're going to go in with this shade right here called Rose Petal, and I'm going to use the other end of that brush. I'm going to see how well this applies this before I go in with the finger. This is very glittery. So there is what that looks like with just one layer applied with the brush. Whenever you swatch it, it almost leans like a pinky gold tone and not so much purple. Oh yeah, using that with the finger really brought out that gold. This definitely did not come up and look the way that I expected it to. I do feel like this only builds up so much. I keep adding product to the lid hoping that I can get this a little bit deeper, but in real life this color is very much a pink gold shift. It is pretty, don't get me wrong. It's just not the eye color and theme that I was kind of going with. I definitely am getting some fallout in this area as well. It is pretty glittery. So I think that's all I'm going to do with the eyes right now. I'm going to grab a makeup wipe and clean up all of this fallout into the eyes. I didn't think about having to go back and wipe my eyes after this, so I am going to go in with a little bit more of that makeup primer and just put it in this area here. My skin really does feel nice and plump right now. I do think that NYX primer, that Plump Back Up, or Plump Right Back, I think was a great name for this primer. And really, the smell has not really lasted, so I feel like it's only going to be there while you're actually applying the product, and then it will fade out. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup. I think this is my favorite foundation that I own. I did finally get the pump for it. You can turn it to lock it, so if you're using it to travel, your makeup shouldn't leak. I'm going to use the Hourglass foundation brush to blend this out. I really love this brush. It has worked great for every foundation that I've used it with so far, and I think because of the size of it, I think it's going to be a great brush to travel with. That finish is so beautiful, even though it's a matte finish. Because of all the hydrating products that I use to prep the face, it's just given a really beautiful natural finish. And the one thing that I love about this is because it doesn't take much and it really doesn't get cakey. I don't know if it's because the product is pretty runny. It is just a beautiful foundation, and this is what I'm really trying to find my tanner shade in, because I feel like if I could get my tanner shade in this, I would wear this all summer. So, do we have any other Leos watching today? I feel like as I've gotten older, I've met so many new people that their birthdays fall around the middle of August. When I was in school, I went through the majority of school with a group of girls who were the same age that I am, and their birthdays were all on August 29th, 1988. I thought that was just so strange. I feel like everybody's getting like jiggy with it during Thanksgiving. Y'all, this foundation is so pretty. I definitely ended up putting too much on my hand because I still have about that much left over. And I finally have a hair appointment with someone who does a lot of blonde, lighter hair. I'm not going 100% blonde. I'm trying to get to a really dark blonde, light brown shade because one, it'll be really close to my natural hair color, and two, it won't show on top so much that my hair is so thin now. So does anybody else, whenever you get makeup on, that's when your nose starts to itch really bad? I'm going to be using the Caliray Hideaway concealer. I have been using this quite a bit here lately. This is, I've said it before, this is my favorite concealer out right now. My plan is to go to Sephora sometime this weekend, and I want to get a shade match for the House Labs foundation and concealer. And I blended all that out with the BK A506. I'm going to be using the Givenchy powder for the under eyes, and this is the shade 3. This is like the pinky shade, and I think this is just a beautiful powder for the under eyes. I feel like the pink in the Caliray concealer and then the pink in this Givenchy powder, they are just perfection together. Get all the foundation around the nose set and in place. I did end up throwing away the little powder puff that comes in this because I feel like it makes a mess every time I open it. For the rest of the face, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. And I'm using this powder on the rest of the face because the Givenchy powder does have a light pink undertone to it, which I typically only like underneath my eyes. This powder is probably one of the messiest powders that I own. And I'm just taking that on that Anissa Beauty brush and I'm just patting this all around the face. This is one of my favorite brushes to apply powder with because of how it's shaped. I just feel like it sits on the face so well. Now the nose is itching extra bad. So let me know down below, what do you do with your makeup brushes when you are filming? Do you lay them on the table or do you sit them in a cup after you get done using them? Let me know. Y'all, I'm itching something terrible. For bronzer, I'm actually going to be using a bronzer that I have not used in so long, and this used to be one of my favorite bronzers. They don't make this anymore. This is the Pure, this is their matte bronzer light, and this is in the shade Bronzing Act. I remember when this came out, like, this was so popular. It does have that slight coconutty smell. It almost reminds me of a mix between coconut and a chocolate chip cookie had a baby. It smells so good. I don't know how to explain it. It has that coconutty scent, but it almost has a smell of like cookies or bacon in the oven, which I have some cookies in there that I made last week, but I'm really hoping that the restaurant that we're going to, I haven't actually looked at the dessert menu, but I'm really hoping that they have one of those chocolate chip cookies that are baked in the oven and then you put ice cream on them, almost like the Pizookies from BJ's Brewhouse. If you all have ever been there, highly recommend the Pizookie if you are cookie eaters. I could literally go there and just sit at the bar and have me a drink and then eat that cookie for dessert. It's just, oh, they are so good. I totally forgot how beautiful this bronzer is. Man, especially after finding this brush, because this is the new love of my life, I just want to put bronzer on all the time. It would be awesome if they would come out with a travel size version of this. So Rose and Ben, yeah, a travel size of this would be my holy grail. I really just spent way too long blending this out. Not because it needed to be, but just because I'm obsessed with this brush. For blush, I went back and forth because I was going to use the new Chantecaille blush that I got, but I totally forgot that I got my replacement. This is their Ambient Lighting Blush, and this is in the shade Luminous Flush. This is their mini version, and I couldn't remember what shade of this I had last time, which is why I got it in the small one. So we're going to use this today because it's been so long since I've used it. If I don't break it before I get to use it, I've dropped it 3 times now. Y'all, the struggle is real. I drop things so much because I have so much problems with my hands. So I've been wanting to try this BK Beauty brush. This is from the Nikki LaRose collection. I think I've only used this one time since I've had it. We're going to use the darker side of this, which I'm pretty sure is for powders. Okay, yes, that was just the perfect wash of pink. I really want to own all of their powders and blushes because they're just that good. I think the next thing on my list from them is their finishing powder. I don't have one of those yet. So yeah, even though this brush isn't super fluffy, it actually lays down and blends that product out really well. Yes, that is so pretty. And I just brought a little bit of that over my nose and this area here just to look a little more sun-kissed. The complexion is looking so beautiful today, which makes me happy because I always feel like after I get done filming and I go outside, you can really see the imperfections in the makeup that I can't really see in here and that you all don't see on camera. But yeah, I'm really hoping that today's complexion looks good. I don't really have any plans for the hair. I'm not good at hair. I've never been good at hair. It's probably just gonna stay like this, to be honest with you guys. So I'm not gonna go in with highlighter, so we're gonna get back to the eyes. I'm gonna take my little Refer 03 brush into that same Mrs. Potts shade that we put on the lid, and we're gonna run that right underneath the waterline. And you only want to do this about 3/4 of the way in. And dipping into that shade one time gave me just enough eyeshadow for both eyes. I'm definitely going to have to play with this palette again and use some of those brown colors because these eyeshadows are so nice. They also have a set that comes with makeup brushes and a makeup bag, which I'm going to wait until I get my box lunch money because I can get $20 off of it, and $20 off is a nice chunk of change to save. Alright, now I think I'm going to go into this Winter's Night shade right here, and we're going to pop that right in the inner corners and see how that looks. And I'm going to use the other pencil brush. This is from What's Up Beauty. Hopefully this shows up. Alright, so it is not as beaming as I expected it to be. Just like that shimmer shade that I put on the lid, whenever you put that down on to the lid, you can see kind of the glitters like fly off, which is the only thing that I don't love about this palette. I don't care for glittery eyeshadow shades that are like this. I like more of a cream finish with a little bit of shimmer in it, not a pure glitter. I'm going to zoom y'all in just a little bit. It really doesn't show up as well as I expected it to. So, in sticking with the theme of the shoes and the rhinestones, I'm going to be using this Endless Silky eye pen from Pixi. This is in the shade Silver Reflex. That is stunning. This eye look definitely turned out to be more of a berry tone eye look rather than purple, but it is pretty nonetheless. So I added just a little bit of black liner to tightline that upper eyelid. This is the Essence Stay and Play Gel Liner. This is probably one of the best drugstore black eyeliners out there. The shade of this is called Black Raven. I don't think I'm going to do anything to the eyebrows, so before we get into mascara, we're going to go ahead and set the face. I'm not going to go in with the ColourPop that I used in the beginning. We're going to go in with the Urban Decay All Nighter, and this is their new one. This is their with hyaluronic acid, and it smells amazing, like watermelons. It is easier for me to use setting sprays that have a continuous mist. So that's really my only thing with the type of sprayer that it has, and it's not anything to do with the product's fault. It's just now it's a lot harder for me to do that motion with my hands. This smells so good. I feel like I missed a little bit on this side of the face though. There we go. Gosh, y'all, this stuff smells so... See? And I about took my dog out with it. So to top off this eye look, we're going to go in with the Bad Gal Bang Mascara. And this is in their new shade. I think it's called Wild Plum. It's not on the packaging. I know it's something plum. This mascara in general is just a really great mascara. It is definitely on the list of my favorites, and it is so nice that my lashes are finally coming back and I can finally start to see the lashes with mascara again. It feels so good. Only got it on my face. My hands are shaking real bad. Kind of hard to believe. So August 9th was my 2-year cancerversary. It has been 2 years since to the day that I found out I had breast cancer, and just looking back on the last 2 years of my life, I have been through a lot, and I have to say I probably would not be where I am without my husband and some of the people that I have in my life. Some days it felt like the day was never going to end, and then looking back I'm like, wow, that went by so fast. It has been a ride, folks, and I'm just so glad that I'm finally on the uphill portion now, and it just feels good to be here. Celebrate your birthdays, you guys, because you never know what's going to be your last one. So you know what? No, not just your birthday. Celebrate every single day like it is your last, because you just don't know when your life can change in just an instant. So I've let that dry a little bit, and I'm going to go in with the second coat. Y'all, this mascara is so pretty. Grab my little spoolie. So to finish off this makeup look, we are going to go into the lips. So I have 2 shades of the Ravie Beauty Effortless lips. I have the shade Dahlia and I have the shade Peony. Before going in with that, we're going to go in with the Moira. I think that's how you pronounce it. If it's not, my bad. This is their Lip Appeal Waterproof Liner, and this was also a recommendation by Allie Glines. I've never used this, so we're going to swatch this on the hand to see what this looks like. I'm really hoping that that doesn't pull orange on me. The shade of this is 011 Dolly. I've been thinking about getting a little bit of lip filler just to make my lips a little bit bigger, because I do have pretty small lips. And there's a little spider that just dropped down above the camera. I really like this color. So also, while I'm filming, when I was going through physical therapy, the physical therapist was kind of teaching me how to do different things with my hands again. And I've always had issues with grip because I had carpal tunnel in both of my hands. But it got even worse whenever I lost all of my strength that I had. What she recommended was to cut off a little piece of exercise band. And basically, I cut this into a square and I leave it in the kitchen drawer. And this is what I use to open everything, because that rubbery, whatever this is made out of, this piece of rubber, it has a nice grip, so it's easier for me to hold and open things. And I don't know what it is about the packaging of this. I usually have to use this to open it, because if not, I can't grip the end of it, and it is a little small. That is a nice trick for anybody out there who has issues with gripping. Go to the dollar store, Five Below, wherever you can get like cheap workout bands, and just cut you a piece off, and it works great when opening jars and stuff that you typically have issues with. So I have Dahlia, and then I have Peony. They are very similar in shade. Peony leans more of a little more pink, and the Dahlia leans more mauve. So I think I'm gonna go in with the shade Dahlia. This has become my favorite lip formula. What I love about this is because, one, it has very much of a balmy finish, and I don't really feel like I need to go in with a lip gloss after this. I mean, you certainly can, but y'all, it just really, it don't need it. These are so, so good. Now that we are done with the makeup, let's go get that dress on. Alright guys, so here is what the dress looks like. It is the black lace, and then the back of it, it does zip about midway down. I really wish I had a better place to hang this for you guys, but it's all I got. Here is the actual brand. It is a size small. Now for jewelry. So I'm thinking for the earrings, I think I'm gonna wear these here. I am gonna have to change my plugs out though and put these silver ones in. And then for the necklace, I think I'm going to wear this one. I was going to wear the letter J, but I'm feeling in the mood for spooky season, so we're going to go with the skull. Also going to pop on these little bracelets. So, believe it or not, I do not own a black plain crossbody, so we're just going to be using this little Deathly Hollow one I got here. I got it from Box Lunch. It's super cute. It's really just big enough to hold the essentials, so that's what we're going to use today. I think I'm going to wear the Dior Hypnotic Poison. Alright, necklace is on, earrings are on, and we are ready to go. So that is it for today's video. Let me know how you guys liked it. I loved this little like get ready with me shoes, dress, makeup. Not really much hair because I don't really do my hair, but yeah, this is a fun little different video. I do want to shout out a couple things that I used in today's video. So the palette, 100% recommend. This is a beautiful palette, and of course I only used these shades here in that one, but we could totally do another natural look with those browns, add in a pop of color. This is a gorgeous palette. Highly recommend. You guys already know the Estee Lauder. This is my favorite foundation of all time, and I love applying it with this brush. I mean, I use this brush for a lot of foundations, but for the consistency that this is, I think it just blended out the product beautifully. The bronzer, I hate to tell you, yes, it is discontinued, which sucks, but this is such a beautiful bronzer. Pure. Are they even a brand anymore? If you are, please bring this back, and if not, well, okay, yeah, that sucks. For the lip liner, I definitely like it. Of course, we're going to see how it wears. I think it paired great with Dahlia. This was such a beautiful combo. And then, of course, the Urban Decay All Nighter. This is a cult favorite. If you have not tried this, definitely try the one with the watermelon. This one is so good. It smells delicious. This Hourglass blush, stunning. I will definitely be getting more shades of this. It just adds that beautiful wash of pink, and it still looks so natural and makes your skin look so supple. I feel like the skin prep today with the Plump Right Back and the setting mist, I think this added a beautiful, just hydrating touch to the skin, especially going in with a matte foundation. So I highly recommend these. They are both drugstore too, so they are affordable. So yeah, that is everything. Let me know down below how you like this video, and let me know who else is celebrating a birthday this month, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.